Good morning and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Well, today we take a look at, we're right in the middle of the Sermon on the Mount. We're looking at Matthew chapter 5 today. And today we're going to be looking at verses 9 and 10. Alright, verses 9 and 10 of Matthew chapter 5 say, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So blessed are the peacemakers. We read a lot about peacemakers. We hear a lot about peacemakers. Peacemakers are those who don't only seek to reconcile their own relationship with God and their neighbor, but they also seek to help others reconcile and they help others to instill peace in all relationships. So they're those people that are the mediators. They're not trying to get in the middle to be bad, but they're trying to help out. They're trying to do good by help families reconcile with each other. They're trying to help people reconcile their relationships with Christ, with God. Trying to teach to make sure there's no misunderstandings, etc. And then blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So, verse 10. The persecuted are those true disciples who persevere in the faith, and they suffer for the faith. They suffer for their faithfulness to Christ. So I think this one warrants a little bit more discussion, because we have it in our mind that to suffer persecution, at least in America, it could be Starbucks having a red cup for Christmas instead of a Christmas tree on it. I'm sorry, that's not persecution. Persecution is what we see going on, like in the Middle East. People's churches are being destroyed. People being killed for their faith. Now, I'm not saying that you have to die to be persecuted. When we live our lives for Christ, that we're living righteously, we have that righteous living, there will be those who come against us. That's definitely persecution. But we need to describe persecution accurately. Okay? Persecution isn't someone on the radio saying they don't like Christianity. Okay, that's more of an apologetics thing. That's not persecution. So let's just be honest on what persecution is. Persecution is someone who's coming against you because of your faith. They're trying to do harm against you in some way. They're not just saying they don't like Christianity. So what does this mean for us today? As Christians, we are called to be peacemakers. We're called to be peacemakers. So let's look at that in the context of our everyday relationships with people, our work relationships. Gossip is a pet peeve of mine. Are we truly being peacemakers when we are spreading gossip? I'm going to say no, that we're not. We're not being peacemakers when we're spreading gossip. Gossip can destroy a reputation. It can destroy a relationship. It can destroy a career. When we're doing that, we're doing the opposite of bringing peace. We're bringing strife, anxiety. We're bringing something on another party that Christ says we should not be doing. We're called to be peacemakers. So we need to be like Christ in those relationships that we have and try to bring peace. And secondly, when it comes to persecution, are we living our lives in such a way? There's a saying, there's a quote I saw on Facebook a couple days ago. It says, if you were arrested for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence against you? So I think that's a kind of a good question to have in regard to that verse, into verse 10. Is there enough evidence against us for being a Christian that we would be convicted of it? To be a Christian, to be a follower of Christ, we are saying that no matter what, Christ, no matter what, Jesus, I am going to follow you no matter what comes against me. No matter if my job is threatened because I'm a Christian, if my life is threatened because I'm a Christian, I will follow you regardless. So just some thoughts today. Meditate on those. Are we doing those things? Is there something that do we need to ask Christ for the strength to be able to persevere persecution and the strength to be peacemakers rather than giving in to causing strife in some way? Well, God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Daily Bible Podcast. As always, I ask if you enjoy the episode, please rate it, please share it, give us a rating on iTunes. It helps people find it. God bless you guys, and thank you so much. Have a great day.